Hello and welcome to podcast number 80.
Nice.
Alyssa, how's it going?
It's going well. Thanksgiving and Black Friday are over. Although, did Black Friday really end?
Nah, I would say Black Friday goes into the week after, from Cyber Monday until Friday.
It almost feels like Black Friday is going to be 3 weeks long this year.
You know what? Nothing wrong with that. Always got deals going on.
It's true, and I'm trying to finalize everyone's Christmas gift, so it makes sense.
That's always good.
Yes. But I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing well. I had some coffee at 4 p.m., so I'm pretty awake, and I think that by the end of this podcast, I'm going to start crashing. So you'll see my slow decline.
I didn't have coffee that late. I had coffee around 3 o'clock, but it was Vietnamese coffee.
Oh.
So I was pretty awake on my drive home, and there was a point where I felt like I was having a panic. Like, you know how sometimes you drink so much caffeine and your heart's pounding? That's how I felt. I was like, oh my God, what's going on right now? It's raining. And then I got really overexcited, but it's all good. I'm just like mellowing out now.
I feel it. I'm kind of the same way, but I know I'm going to be like super sleepy by the end of this podcast. But hey, I mean, we're here now, talking about games, talking about stuff, talking about random whatever. Oh, I want to tell you something. Have you heard about this thing in Japan? I saw an article today. There's all these like empty homes in the countryside of Japan, and not really just the countryside, but like
oh my God, are you gonna talk about the homes in the countryside of Japan that have like these life-size dolls?
Oh no, I was gonna talk about the abandoned houses that you could get for free or you could buy for a really cheap price.
Oh, okay, because there is another story of a village in Japan that has empty houses, but if you visit that town, there's just empty, like not empty dolls. There's apartments and houses and stores that have life-size dolls in them. And then it's kind of like the city next door has like built those dolls for something along those lines.
What the fuck? That's really creepy.
Like I gotta find the story, but go on with your story about buying a house from an empty house.
I really, mine's boring now. I don't know what you're talking about. Yours sounds crazy. What was I talking about? But yeah, there's these empty houses in Japan that you can get for free or you could buy for a really cheap price. Of course, they're not technically free. Like, you have to pay for the insurance, you have to pay for all this other stuff, these fees, and you actually can't just buy it and leave it. You have to live there for a while before you can actually quote unquote own it. But the fact that these are like empty homes, there's like millions of empty homes in the countryside of Japan because everyone in the countryside moves to the city. That's where all the work is. But these little small towns don't have any more residents living in them, so now they're just empty shells. Like, some of them are still furnished, and people will put them up for sale, or someone will go inspect the house and will just see that it's empty and put it up for sale. So it's kind of interesting that these houses are just sitting there vacant, and you can get them for a really cheap price if you're living in Japan. But I mean, I might consider buying one if I ever move there.
That's pretty good. But being a little bit ignorant on this, does that mean there's no farmers in Japan anymore? Because I kind of associate owning a house in the countryside as if you're part of maybe the farmer or rancher community or fisher community. So does that mean no one is in those livelihoods right now, or am I misunderstanding this?
Oh no, there's still people doing the farming work, but I'd say they're a lot farther away from the metropolitan area. But some people also do live closer to the metropolitan area. For example, if you're riding the train from Narita Airport to Tokyo proper, you might see some rice fields and some rice paddies. People do still work in these areas between giant metropolitan cities, between Narita and Tokyo, but not all the houses are abandoned. Like, you won't find a whole town abandoned. You'll just find some houses in a town abandoned. The abandoned houses are scattered all over Japan. But agriculture is still a huge part of Japanese culture, and I don't think it'll ever go away since it's a country that was kind of founded on agriculture. So you'll still find all these little houses in different like residential areas in the countryside. Some of them might be abandoned, but I'd still say there's a lot of people still in the areas surrounding metropolitan cities. So again, agriculture is still a huge part of their society.
So straight up, the agriculture that's really far off. Sorry, I'm sorry. I meant the houses that are really far off are completely abandoned now.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Unless they're tied to an agriculture city or agriculture area. For example, there's a city in the north called Akita, and it's pretty much in the middle of nowhere. And then there's a really famous university called AIU, Akita International University, and they conduct
a really awesome dog as well.
Yeah, that's correct. And the university is known for doing all their courses in English, and it's a very sought after university for some Japanese students. But the area is known for
also
growing.
a really popular onsen there.
Yeah, that's right. But the area is known for growing rice, is one of the things that they're really known for. So there's still a lot of people that cultivate rice and are farmers out there. So I wouldn't really, and it's not really near a metropolitan area. So I think that's you won't really find too many abandoned houses in that sector. But don't get me wrong, not all of Japan has abandoned places. Again, I have to reiterate that. Okay. There's still millions of people living all across the city. Just a lot of them are concentrated in the metropolitan areas.
Okay. Got it.
So what's this about life-size people?
So I actually just posted it on the Discord so that when people listen to this podcast, they can just look at the general Discord chat. In Nagoro. And I said the story a little bit wrong. So the story is that there's about 40 people or less living in the village, and it's becoming a tourist attraction as they fill up a lot of their houses, stores, etc. with scarecrow dolls.
And it's more of like a like an artistic set, right?
I guess, okay, I'm just going to be honest. I guess you can say that, but I fucking hate dolls. So no matter what, if this is an artistic set, I don't want to see this because I hate dolls.
So what about Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum? Can you go in there and be okay, or are you pretty scared of that?
So those wax museums, I feel awkward as fuck when I enter them. Like, I will walk through and I'll deal with it, but it's not the place that I want to be. It's not poppin' for me.
Yeah, I know. Have you been to the one in the waterfront in San Francisco?
I have, and I've also been to the one in Los Angeles, and I've been to the one in Vancouver. I don't know why my family likes to go to those things all the time.
Yeah, no. I went to the one in San Francisco, and I was like, what the hell? Like, what? Like, oh, my mom's like, oh, look, it's Bill Gates. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I really don't. I don't care if it's Bill Gates. I don't care if that's Obama. It's not really them. It just looks like them. I could just look at a picture online. And then there's that section with like the horror section with like the electric chair and stuff. And I was like, oh no, I'm not about that right now. Like, why do they have that? Like they're adding an extra scare factor. I don't know if you remember that, but there was like that whole electric chair section, like the vampire dude, and there's like mummies and stuff. I'm like, what? This is turned into from a museum to like a theme park attraction. It was scary.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy. I just don't like it, especially if they're life size, especially if they're realistic.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm on the same level as you as far as like the scare factor, but I'm pretty creeped out by it, and I don't know why people continue to do that. Like, I get that it's a figure of like artistic expression, but at the same time, I'm like why? just why in general.
This is interesting. So I'm reading through the article, and the population of Nagoro used to be about 300-ish people, but people, it's funny because you were talking about what you were talking about. So people started moving away from the village, or they just passed away. So all the dolls in the village represent one of those people who have either passed away or have moved away from the village.
Interesting.
Yeah. Very interesting. Apparently there's a video documentary on this, so if anyone's interested, you can look up this story and watch the video version.
I think I might check that out later.
Yeah. I just hate dolls.
I know. I know.
I think what is okay is for me are figures, because figures are never that big anyways.
Like action figures?
Yeah, action figures are okay. Like pop figures are okay for me because they're not huge. But also porcelain dolls? Oh god.
Okay, I know what kind of horror movies you don't like to see.
Or didn't see at all.
There we go. Moving away from dolls, how was your Thanksgiving / Black Friday? Did you pick up anything? Did you eat a lot?
So, Thanksgiving was pretty chill. For everyone listening, I was in Oregon for Thanksgiving. A cool thing that I went to in Oregon, it's located in Portland. It's called Ground Control. Control spelled with the letter K, like Mortal Kombat. Cool. And it is a arcade bar. Oh. It's I think the most popular arcade bar in Portland. It was kind of crazy. So I went there with my sister and my cousin, and I was, this is gonna be a good time, blah blah blah. And then we noticed there's a line, and the line's pretty long and has gone around the corner, and we're like, oh, what club is this? It turns out it's Ground Control. It turns out it's the classic arcade.
Wow, when you said popular, you really meant it.
Yeah, I know. I was like, whoa, this is a lot more popular than I was expecting. It was really fun though. It was really cool. A lot of variety. I played Tekken Tag Tournament, and then I also played Soul Calibur 2. There's a bunch of pinballs. Typical arcade, but it was a really good time. The one thing I will say is that the food was absolutely terrible. Oh. Don't eat the food there if you go there.
What was bad about it? Was it just your typical bar food that was microwaved?
It was food. I don't know if they cooked there. Is what I'll say. It felt like they bought this stuff from Costco and put it together and overcharged me.
And put it in the microwave and oh, we cooked this for you.
Yeah, exactly. So don't get food there. It's not worth it. Just eat it. Also, you're in Portland, and you can just have dinner before you get to this place.
So, would you say that the bar is a lot like, for the SF people listening, is it like Folsom Street Foundry, or is it more like Brewcade?
I don't remember what we've ever eaten at Brewcade or Foundry anymore. I only remember what we've drank there. Which is probably
so Brewcade only had chips, and Folsom Street Foundry had burgers and chicken fingers and tacos. I remember Folsom Street Foundry had actual food, and Brewcade only had chips.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember anymore. You know what? I kind of remember Foundry. This food was worse than Foundry.
Well, I meant the atmosphere or the game selection. Was it more cabinets, or was it consoles, or was it both?
Got it. It was definitely more cabinets. It was like Brewcade, if Brewcade was 2 stories.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool, actually.
Yeah.
All right, we got to go to a new place. It's called Emporium, and imagine Brewcade, but with a dance floor.
Oh my god.
2 bars. And pool tables. It's pretty cool. We should go.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's fun. It's actually really cool. I like it a lot.
Painted Ladies.
That's correct. Oh, wow. Okay. That was fast. You looked it up really fast.
Yeah, I went on Google.
Oh, yeah. It's called Emporium. It's really awesome.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'm looking at the events for this, and it says there's always funny in Philadelphia trivia night. That is like a very specific thing to have a trivia night about. Although
I know.
It's Always Sunny is like 8 seasons, so that also makes sense.
I think they're on season 13 right now.
Holy crap! I didn't even know. Wow.
They're tying the record for the longest television show in existence. No, I'm sorry.
Wow.
U.S. television sitcom, not television show in existence. I think that goes to Doctor Who. I'm not sure.
I know for the United States, it's probably The Simpsons, right?
Oh, that's an animated show, but this is just for live action sitcom. There's another show from the 50s. I forget the name of it, but Always Sunny is tied with it for the most seasons currently.
Oh, wow.
And I actually thought it was Hawaii Five-0, but that Hawaii Five-0, the original series, ran for like 12 seasons. And it falls under a different category. So Always Sunny is in the running for comedy. Best like longest running comedy sitcom, I believe.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and it's crazy that shows like that last so long, like The Simpsons. I'm just astounded like these comedy shows last a long time. But hey, I mean, if it keeps going, it keeps going.
Yeah, I'm surprised that It's Always Sunny survived for that long. Even Friends was only 10 seasons. Yeah,
I think it's interesting because, well, also Always Sunny, it's like 12 episodes a season. The writers and the cast members have a lot of creative control over it. And it's on FX, and FX is kind of known for, being a really good creative comedy outlet. I mean, they also and for their kind of original content, like Atlanta, for example, is a really good show on FX.
Yes, I watch Sons and I watch Mayans too on FX. I like that channel.
Yeah, they can pretty much do a lot of things that other cable networks can't do because they're FX.
Yes,
and I think that's kind of cool.
Also, I've noticed that with FX TV shows, sometimes they just don't care about the scheduling. Like sometimes I'll watch, for example, Mayans, and Mayans is supposed to be a 1-hour show. And sometimes it goes up to like an hour 45.
Wow.
And you're like, what is going on right now? It's like,
what's this movie I'm watching?
Yeah, it's like they completely just disregarded everything. So
okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. But yeah. Oh my god, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, It's Always Sunny. Trivia night. Trivia night, Emporium.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And then before that, you were talking about your experience at Ground Control.
Oh yeah. Well, for sure, let's go to Emporium one day. Down.
Yeah, no.
Totally down.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, and just Ground Control is a nice bar. It's a nice place to visit if you're on vacation in Portland. So
cool. Great
video game bar. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's solid. Oh no, I give it an 8 out of 10 because the food was terrible.
I was gonna say, like, why would you give it a perfect score? That's impossible.
No, obviously not. So
if they had better food, it probably would have had a higher score. Sorry, Ground Control.
And yeah, so what did you do in Hawaii? Before we go, we might as well just talk about Black Friday together. So
yeah, Hawaii was cool. It was 80 degrees every day from the moment we landed to the moment we left. That was amazing. I only wore shorts and slippers like most of the days. Food was really good on Thanksgiving. Surprisingly, I thought there was going to be a lot of Hawaiian food. There actually wasn't. It was a lot of turkey, mashed potatoes, Jollibee fried chicken, cookies, biscuits.
Oh, even Jollibee's there.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised by that too. So it was a really traditional Thanksgiving. It was really nice. I got to see my family, got to see extended family that I haven't seen in a while. Yeah, and I had a really good beer there. Oh God, I forget the name of the company, but I remember it was a mango beer and it tasted really good. There was also
a mango beer?
Yeah, and there was a guava one and there was a pineapple one. I'm like, man, this is like Hawaiian juice. It was great. It was a Gold Stand or something. I forget the name of it, but it was really cool. I want to find out where to get that because I don't know if we can get it in the mainland. I think that might be a Hawaii only thing.
You have a few options. So they have Hawaiian Islands Brewing Company. They have Ono Brewing Company. They have Kona. Am I?
No. The company was like Gold Standard, Gold something. I remember the company had the name Gold as the first word.
Okay.
But I don't remember after that. Yeah, no, it was really good. Thanksgiving was awesome. I spent lunch with extended family, but after we went back to my folks' place and we had ribs and rice and salad.
Oh my God.
And it was all home cooked. It was amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Kind of funny. The morning of Thanksgiving, we watched the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade. And and it was like, it basically felt like I was at home, like in my hometown again, watching it. I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. But it kind of got weird after a while because I looked outside and I'm like, man, it's like so hot and it's so tropical. And I look at the TV and it's like really cold in New York. Everyone's all bundled up. And I'm like wearing like a t-shirt and slippers and shorts. I'm like, wow, this is a lot different than I thought it would be. No, I think I ate a lot when I was in Hawaii. I think I ate too much. There was a lot of really good food in Hawaii, but I think I gained a couple pounds from spending Thanksgiving in Hawaii. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I loved being in Hawaii and eating a lot, but I'm like, my health is taking a toll.
When I got back to work, I lost everything that I gained in Oregon. I felt so shitty on my flight back.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh man, I need to go on a fast or something. So I feel better now.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that you threw up everything. I was like,
no. It was more like I'm bloated. I ate too much. What am I doing with my life?
Yeah. How could this happen to me? I know.
How could this happen to me?
Yeah. I feel it. No, I ate malasadas. I ate like Korean barbecue. I ate like Hawaiian stew, turkey, mashed potatoes. I ate a lot. Like every day was like huge portions of food. And I think my stomach expanded a little bit, but at the same time, like I felt good, but of course after I felt like really bad. Like, oh man, I have to go back to my job and I have to look like this. But it's all good. I'm gonna start, losing weight.
Just spend one day only drinking tea, and you'll lose it all. I promise you.
Yeah, I need to do that. I need to cut back on a lot of things. Got to cut back on coffee, especially. I wouldn't say I'm a coffee addict, but I drank it a lot at work the past couple weeks because I would like wake up like super sleepy, and I'm like, I need some pick me up or something, and I would drink coffee. But I needed to stop doing that. So
the interesting thing is that technically coffee is a diuretic.
It is, yes.
So is it just affecting your like food habits?
I'd say kind of. Like it doesn't make me hungry until later.
Okay, got it.
Like it kind of affects my stomach.
Yes.
So I gotta wait until like an hour or two later before I start to get actually hungry.
Got it.
But overall, I think it's okay. I mean, I just want to cut back on coffee a little bit and start drinking tea. But yeah, how was your Black Friday? Did you buy anything?
All right. So you know how... So I was going into Black Friday thinking, oh, I'm not really gonna get that much. I know exactly what I want to get. I should be okay. But then I don't know what it was, but it was maybe when I was parked in front of Target and Best Buy that all of a sudden, like I was overcome with like an emotion of, oh God, what am I gonna get here? It's as if I forgot I disregarded everything that I had going into, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I here? There's no sales tax. And then at that point, let's just say it was game over from there.
Ooh, you caved in.
I caved in. I have two new controllers.
Yay.
I have No Man's Sky now.
Yay.
And then I have God of War.
Ooh.
I know. I caved in really badly. I wasn't even gonna get it yet.
You're like,
I don't even know when I'm gonna play this. I never do this. I never buy games in advance and like not really like they're on a backlog, because I don't like the idea of having a backlog. I'd rather just like have one game and then just buy when I'm done. Like, yeah, I don't even know when I'm gonna play God of War. Like,
no, I totally get
now
it.
It's just there. I don't know why I bought this, guys. I don't know why I bought this. Jeremy, I don't know why this is here. It's in front of me right now.
You're staring at you. You're like, why the fuck are you here?
Yeah, like, what are you doing here? Oh, I don't regret it though, because it was only $17, and it was actually $17 because I was in Oregon.
Nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, there's a lot of things wrong with that. You know what? Just be happy with it, but just know that you're probably not going to touch it for a while.
Well, how I am like reasoning this in my head is that there's like absolutely no game that's really coming out in the first 6 months of 2019, and that should be okay, right?
Yeah. The way I like to think about it is everything I play is between Yakuza games. So until the new Yakuza game comes out, then I'm like, all right, this will keep me tied until the Yakuza game comes out. That's how I think of things.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you have other stuff that you're playing, which you obviously are, then just leave it to the side for now. Just let it keep it in the shrink
Stare
wrap.
at me? Let it stare at me?
Just like, let Kratos stare at you. Just like put it down, face down. Like don't look at me, like that.
It's not even just Kratos, it's his son.
His son's like, will you play with me? You're like, no, go away.
I can't right now. Anyways, I can't believe I did that. Oh my god. Okay. And then I did I tell you I got 2 controllers?
Yeah, you said that.
Okay.
You covered that.
Online, I got... so one thing I just wanted to say really quickly. I was originally going to get No Man's Sky on Steam. I ended up getting it on PlayStation because it was like only $17 again.
$17 again.
Yeah. No, but like online during the Steam sale, I was surprised it was not discounted at all. It was full priced.
Oh.
So that's why I was like, oh, this is weird.
The game is like 3 years old.
Yeah. And then also on the and I also checked the PlayStation Store because I wanted to see if it was just on sale and I could just avoid the avoid buying a physical copy. And the PlayStation Store version of it, I forgot, was either it was also still full priced or it was like $29.99. And then at that point, it's like, oh, it's so cheaper and like, like a physical format. Okay, fine. So that's what happened. I ended up getting on Steam. I got Stardew Valley.
Nice.
Even though it wasn't on sale, it was only $11. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's fine.
That's actually how much I bought mine for.
Yeah, it wasn't on sale. Yeah, why the hell was this not on sale during... anyways, I shouldn't be upset over this.
You have it now. Yeah, you can't say anything. You already bought it. You can't return it.
It really wasn't that bad, though. Because the thing is, I thought Stardew Valley was $20.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that was only like $11, $12, I was like, oh, okay. That's fine. This is acceptable.
Yeah.
I also bought The Sims 3 Late Night, and that was... I don't remember how much that was, but that was cheap. It was very reasonable for what I bought. Yeah.
That's good.
I want to say it was like under $7. Something like that.
Okay. And
then I renewed my PS Plus account. And that was probably that and God of War were probably the best price things that I bought.
Okay.
This cool. Black Friday. Yeah. I got new controllers, but I was kind of like upset as well because they were on sale, but it could have been cheaper because I know it was cheaper last year for Black Friday.
Yeah.
Which I didn't hop on that one. I don't know. I was just not wise. And then last but not least, a game that I didn't get but was sold out everywhere that I went was Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Wow.
Z. It was everywhere that I went. I went to Target. I went to Best Buy. And then we even drove to a GameStop. Like, this is like... whatever the hell was going on, everyone bought Dragon Ball. I was shocked.
Yeah, I remember that being sold out everywhere, and I was confused why. Like, I guess people were waiting for it to be on sale for Black Friday?
Yeah, I guess so, because the physical copy for Black Friday was cheaper than the digital copy.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I prefer, like, I could buy it on Steam right now. It's actually not that bad on Steam. I don't even think it's that bad at this point. It's just more convenient for me to play a fighter on a controller. So
I feel it.
yeah. So that's why I wanted the PlayStation copy of it, but I could not find it. It was like non-existent everywhere. I don't know where I think that was bought a while ago.
That's fine. I mean,
yeah.
You still gotta wait, I guess. That's fine.
Yeah. True. But that sums up my Black Friday. I will say this is probably the most hardcore I've gone on a Black Friday in a while.
Sounds like it, but it sounds like you also got your money's worth. You got a couple games. You have 2 new controllers. By the way, how much were the controllers that you bought?
I got the controllers for I want to say that the controllers were like $35, but I know they were $29.99 last year.
Okay. I remember last year they were $39 on Amazon each, and so I bought 2 on Amazon for $39.
For sure.
I think at other places they might have been $29, but I'm not sure. But that's really cheap, $29.
Yeah, exactly.
$30. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was upset. I was like, damn it, I thought there was going to be a $29.99 deal for some controllers. It didn't happen, but it's okay.
Yeah, but you still got them. Do you have 4 controllers now?
I have 4 controllers now.
Cool.
Anyways, I'm not upset that I impulse bought God of War. How was your Black Friday?
I actually didn't go anywhere for Black Friday shopping per se. I'll get into that a little bit later. But so the night of Thanksgiving, after we ate dinner, I was kind of browsing Amazon and I was looking at games that I wanted to buy. In my mind, I was like, all right, I'm going to buy Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'm going to buy Final Fantasy 15. I'm going to buy Mad Max. I'm going to buy Kirby All-Star Allies. I'm going to buy Okami. I'm going to buy Sonic Mania. I'm going to buy all these other different games. But actually, I didn't buy any peripherals. I didn't buy any PS4 games. I didn't buy anything on Steam. I bought 3 games for the Switch, and they're all digital. And I mentioned this before. I'm going all digital on Switch. And then the 3 games I bought on Switch are Shovel Knight, which is a lot of fun, by the way. Shovel Knight's awesome.
Oh, nice.
And you can play co-op, and I'm playing co-op with my brother right now, and I think it's so hard. The game is kind of difficult, but we're having fun.
Shovel Knight has a huge following too. Yeah,
and I've always been interested in the franchise simply due to its retro nature and the characters and just everything about the game looks really cool. So I'm glad I finally picked it up after 2 years of wanting it.
Mm-hmm.
For a system that I think is worthy of taking on the road and doing like mobile gaming in general.
Oh, definitely.
I bought Sonic Mania on the Switch. And I bought Okami on Switch as well.
Yes!
So I'd say of the 3 games I bought, I'm probably farthest in Shovel Knight, and then Okami and Sonic Mania. So after I bought all 3 games on Black Friday, technically Black Friday morning, I booted up Sonic Mania, and my dad was watching me play, and he's actually the one that gave my brother and I the Sega Genesis when we were younger, and we grew up playing Sonic the Hedgehog for Genesis as well as Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and so the first level of Sonic Mania is Green Hill Zone, which is the first level of any of the original Sonic the Hedgehog game, and he looked at it and he's like, "This is a new game?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Why does it look like that? Why does it sound like that?" I'm like, "Well, it's like based on the old games." And he's like, "Oh, but why would you play that?" I'm like, "Okay, Dad, how do I explain this to you? Like, there's a whole market for this kind of thing, and it just looks like that. It's not the actual old Sonic game. There are ports of that." And so I was like, kind of telling him, the history behind it, like, how the game was made and why it came to existence and how it's a sequel. And he understood it, but in the beginning it was just kind of funny how he was like, "Why does it sound like that? Why does it look like that? Like, it really does look and sound like the old games." I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Wow, that's cool." He thought it was the original Sonic the Hedgehog, but then I told him, no, this is actually a whole different game.
Yeah.
And then my brother was watching me play Okami, and that's really cool so far. It's a really beautiful game. And last but not least, Shovel Knight. My brother and I are playing Shovel Knight on Switch co-op. It's a lot of fun. It's like a side-scrolling platformer with RPG elements, and I think that I want to finish that game with him soon. But I don't know how deep I'm going to go into the game yet, since I am trying to finish up Kiwami 2, and I want to play these other 3 games, but I need to play them in a certain order because I don't want to play them all simultaneously, and then I'll just get confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I did
It's
most of my
hard playing games simultaneously.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I feel like, yeah.
And take it from me, who's been playing simultaneously for the past month and a half. It's hard to keep up with.
Yeah, I've always been a one game, one person, or one game at a time kind of guy. Not one game, one person. Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I've been a one game at a time kind of person. I want to play a game over time, finish it, and then move on to the next thing because I just feel like I'm multitasking too much when it comes to video games.
Same.
And I mentioned this before. I think we both agree, Alyssa. Like, we kind of want to enjoy the gaming experience and enjoy the story, the characters, and like just the assets, the art, the music. We want to enjoy everything about video games. So there's not really, if you do too much at once, then you're not going to really appreciate all the little details. So
it's also so hard to keep up with the controls because you get immersed in one game, and then if you switch to the next game, then you have to get used to a different set of controls too.
Yeah, I remember I was playing Uncharted and also Just Cause at the same time. So these are both third-person action games, and I'm like, shit, which control was for what again? Like, I was pressing the wrong button. Like, I'd throw a grenade at myself on accident, stuff like that. So I think it's better that, for me personally, that I just play one game at a time.
For sure.
But overall, I did all my Black Friday shopping online. I didn't really go to any stores. For actual shopping for myself, on Black Friday proper, my mom and my brother and I, we went to the mall and we just perused all like the small shops, like looking for stuff for other people, but maybe trying to find something for myself. Like, we went to Uniqlo, we went to PacSun, we went to like all these different surf t-shirt shops in the mall. It was really cool. It's really cool to see like the Black Friday deals. A lot of stores in Black Friday do like buy one get one 50% off kind of thing. I noticed like quite a few stores are doing that, and it's a really cool incentive. And I think that there were a lot of people who really wanted to capitalize on that. And it was super crowded at the mall, but it was a lot less crowded than I thought it would be, which is kind of interesting because the night before, the news people were like, "Oh my God, we're gearing up for this Black Friday crowd. Like let's make sure that we have all the right security measures." And then like they cut to like someone at Target. They're like, "Oh, we're here in front of Target, and there's only 3 people waiting in front on this Black Friday." It was really funny.
I will tell you the reason why.
Go on.
Black Friday this year started on Wednesday.
That's true.
A lot of the deals they made on Wednesday, and on Thanksgiving Day, a lot of stores opened at 5:00.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So it like started earlier than you could ever imagine.
But I also think that Hawaii just isn't like that as far as the Black Friday culture, because they were like, we're going to prepare for all this massive crazy people getting all these good deals, but then there were only like a handful of people just sitting on their phones in shorts, like waiting for the store to open. And then when it opened, they like just casually walked in, and then they on the news, and then they cut to people fighting and screaming over stuff, and then on the bottom it says like Chattanooga, Tennessee, and then they're like, well, that's in Tennessee, away from all the crowds in Hawaii, when there are no crowds in Hawaii. I was like, okay, this is interesting. So Black Friday in Hawaii isn't as crazy as the other states, and this is my first time experiencing kind of a more relaxed and chill Black Friday. It was cool. I mean, there weren't a lot of people, climbing over each other, killing each other to get like all these doorbuster deals. And my final note about Black Friday is that we went to GameStop just to see what the deals were. There was like almost no one in GameStop, and I just find it interesting that when you think of a GameStop employee, you kind of like can like picture that person in your head, right, Alyssa?
Yeah, I know. There's a
stereotype or like a type, that you imagine.
Yeah.
Even in Hawaii, those people were there behind the counter. I was like, wow.
Oh,
you guys, you people are like, these kind of gamers are everywhere. I was so surprised by that. I'm like, their skin is so pale. Like, don't they go out in the sun? I guess not, because they're busy playing video games.
No, they don't. They don't go out in the sun at all.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was my whole experience at Black Friday in Hawaii.
Very nice. Nice to be in a chill environment.
Yeah, and I really like that about Hawaii. Like, everyone's pretty chill in Hawaii. I mean, it kind of reflects on the business practices in Hawaii and the culture of it. And so it was really nice to be in a more relaxing shopping mood as opposed to people like going crazy over these candles.
Yeah.
But I kind of talked about what I'm playing now. I'm kind of trying to finish up the Kiwami bouncer missions. I'm going to start Shenmue soon. And again, I'm playing Okami, Sonic Mania, and Shovel Knight. But I'm going to focus on Shenmue and Kiwami at the moment since those games have been kind of in my backlog, and one of them is almost done.
I have to ask because I always confuse this and I never remember the answer. Is Hollow Knight and Shovel Knight related?
No, they're two different games. I believe
but they're both platformers.
That's correct. People like to consider Hollow Knight a lot closer to Dark Souls.
Okay.
People say it's like the Dark Souls of Shovel Knight universe. Oh, I don't remember the saying, but basically it's a 2D platformer, 2.5D platformer that is a really hardcore. Shovel Knight's a lot more forgiving. And I'd say that Shovel Knight has a lot more lighthearted feels to it. Hollow Knight, I haven't played it personally, but from the videos, the reviews, gameplay screenshots that I've seen, it's a lot darker tone-wise, and just look visually. So I think that they are definitely two different games. I believe there may be like two different studios.
Okay.
Because I think Yacht Club Games is the one that makes Shovel Knight, and Shovel Knight's I think the only title they've released so far. And I forget who makes Hollow Knight, but it's another studio.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Yeah. But yeah, I touched on kind of what I'm playing right now. I've been pretty busy, and Thanksgiving was just last week, so I really haven't had any time to sit down and start playing video games. But they're on my list, and this weekend I'm gonna start to play some. But what about you? What have you been playing so far?
So obviously I wasn't playing that much because Thanksgiving, but I was kind of mixing it up. I was playing Red Dead a little bit, but I will talk about Red Dead more next week because I'm actually going this weekend. I want to try the Red Dead Online just to see what's up. But I don't have any major updates on Red Dead, and I didn't go into the storyline. I actually went back to Monster Hunter World for a lot of this week, and I kind of I restarted playing Monster Hunter World, if you remember the whole Gamefly betrayal.
Okay, yeah.
So I have a copy of Monster Hunter World now. I've had a copy of Monster Hunter World for a while. It's just that after I bought that, I think Yakuza Kiwami 2 came out, so I stopped playing that. So
yeah, that makes sense.
So I went back to Monster Hunter, and I forgot everything. So I actually just straight up deleted my stuff and I restarted the game because I wasn't that far anyways. So it didn't really matter. So I just restarted the entire thing. And yeah, I forgot how fun this game is. So I'm going to continue playing it more and like get far, and then probably play some online battles too to level up. But man, I'm having such a good time with Monster Hunter World. Also, I completely forgot this was a thing, but oh man, what kills me about Monster Hunter World is the fact that you can't pause this game.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, if you need to go to the bathroom, if like someone's calling you, if you're like you're hungry or you're like you need water, you can't pause at all. And which is like inconvenient in certain points, especially like if you're in a battle and you're like, I gotta pee. Wait, but I can't right now.
The only safe havens are towns, right?
Correct.
Like hubs.
Yep. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so and the thing is like you can't like even when you're in the town, the game never pauses. Like you see
Right.
my idea of pausing is I press a button and a menu pops up and the game freezes.
Right.
The game goes on when the menu goes up.
Sounds about right.
And I was just like, "Oh my god, I forgot. Like I completely forgot this was a factor."
Right.
So when I play Monster Hunter World, I allot like 2 hours of my life because
Yeah, you're like, all right, my food's here, my water's here, I'm ready.
my food, I know, because like ideally the situation would just be like, oh, I'm in battle, oh, I'm thirsty, okay, pause, walk away, come back, but I can't. The clock's ticking, so
Yeah, I feel it.
It's stressful, but it's fun. I am enjoying it. I also changed up my cat. So
Oh, nice.
I changed the ears of my cat or my calico. It used to have or not calico. It used to have pointy ears and now the ears flop down. So
What's
random tidbit that I'm excited about.
What's the name of your cat?
Rico.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes.
Like the
So-
girl in Terrace house.
Oh, that's
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's a weird joke. Anyways.
So my Rico is spelled with a C.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. And I'm enjoying that. No major updates because there's not really much you can update in the beginning stages of Monster Hunter, especially because I'm replaying it right now, but it's fun. And then I actually went back to Kiwami 2 for a little bit.
Hey, welcome to my turf again.
I know. So I did it for a few reasons. So one, I wanted to try and get Haruka's trust level up to triple S.
I'm working on that too.
Just for the fun of it. And then two, I had like this random challenge that I did for myself, like how fast can I beat this boss? Because you were pretty OP when you went into the final battle, and and for me, I felt like I was standard. Like I would be what the average person was when I went into the finale.
Yeah.
And a part of me was like, in defeating the boss, like how quickly could I do this? So I actually leveled up quite a bit. And by the way, by doing Haruka's trust thing, I leveled up pretty quickly. And and then what I did too was I finished all of the weapon tutorials, so all the DVDs that you have to buy.
Oh, yeah, I did that too.
Because I did a lot. I basically did all of Kamaki's stuff, and I did all of the street battles, but I didn't learn any weapons. So I decided to learn the weapons, and I ended up getting some OP weapons, like from the locker room, or the lockers, and then one thing that before you get to the rooftop of the final battle, I bought myself a demon fire blade.
Ah.
And legit, Jeremy, I think it took a total of 4 minutes for all 3 levels of the final boss to finish.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. You mean to tell me that I could have bought this fire sword and I would have finished this in less than 5 minutes versus less than like 15-ish minutes, 15, 20 minutes, a lot, like the first time I played it? I was naive back then. But
well, let me tell you this. Have you been to Kamiya Works, the guy that sells the weapons?
Yes, you see, that's what I was doing.
So you could always buy the Dragon SP gun that has unlimited uses and unlimited ammo. And that final battle will take you 30 seconds. Because you just stand in the corner and you shoot him, and every shot takes out half of his health bar. And you just do that. You just spam the triangle button, and then you're done. So all the bouncer missions that I'm doing, I have the Dragon SP gun, and everyone in front of me just like dies immediately because the gun is so powerful. I'm so powerful that I just one shot will kill everyone. But bosses take like 20 seconds tops to kill because I have to like sit there and shoot them over and over and over again. But I'm at a point now where I'm facing some really, really OP bosses that are immune to weapons. And it sucks because they can always one-shot me. There's a dude with a rocket launcher that shoots like 10 rockets at once. It's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Have you fought the Amon brothers yet?
Oh, I never go that far.
Okay. Yeah. They've shown up twice in my gameplays. Yeah, so I'm struggling with that. But the weapons really do help in general. Like every boss, like the gun, like I'm telling you, you got to buy that gun. I think it's like 10 million yen. You got to buy that gun. That Dragon SP gun, oh my god, it'll make everything easier. Your life will get so much better.
Yeah. It was so nice having I feel like I've never really used weapons in my Yakuza plays. Just by like traditionally I just don't use weapons except for Zero when one of your defaults was a baseball bat. But
right.
But now I'm like really open to, oh man, I love battles going really quickly.
Honestly, same here. Like I wasn't open to the idea of using weapons until post game of Kiwami 2. Like to your point, yeah, in Zero I only used the bat for Majima. I didn't really use a lot of weapons as Kiryu. And then in the first Kiwami, I didn't really like using weapons. I liked using the fighting style still. And then in Kiwami 2, I'm like really open to using all these weapons. I'm like, this is great. This is awesome. Also in 6, I didn't really use weapons either. Mainly because I just felt like using my fists was a lot cooler for Kiryu as a character. But this time, like, bouncer missions, when you start doing them at the club, Alyssa, holy crap, they'll go by super fast. When you have like the lightsaber, first of all, is the strongest weapon in the game because it has unlimited uses. It's a sword. It'll kill dudes like really fast.
Yeah.
And the gun is a close second because you don't have to move. You could just stay there and shoot things.
So nice.
Great.
It's so nice.
It's like, where were these when I was fighting those tigers? Like where were these guns?
Okay. It's amazing because the tigers and the guy with the blades on his shoes are some of the dumbest battles in this game. So
like, they're really cool, but as seeing them is really cool, but as a player character, you're like, this sucks so much.
This is stupid. So going up the elevator and defeating the boots guy in like 20 seconds was the most satisfying shit ever because the first time I did it, I thought I was going to use all of my restoratives on this guy, and I thought I was going to die. So
yeah.
It was great. It was wonderful.
But you did it. You did it.
I did it. And also, so the triple S for Haruka's Trust is dumb as shit because how the hell do you play virtual on? Like, I get to the third level, but whatever the hell that third level is, I can't win.
Yeah.
What's the secret? I don't know what the secret is.
I haven't gotten that far, and I really don't want to. Haruka can stay sad. I don't really care.
Bingo Golf too was dumb, but I figured it out though. Bingo Golf when you figure it is one of those things where when you figure it out, you figure it out. But if you aren't figuring it out, it's terrible, which is what I went through for a little bit, but that's okay. But virtual on, oh my god, is killing me.
I just want to look at her and be like, pick another game, damn it. Why do we have to play this one?
And I'm just like, you don't want to play Virtual Fighter? God,
yeah, I know.
So upset. Sometimes I hate Haruka. Sometimes I'm like, you brat, how can you have me play Virtual on?
Yeah.
So
you just look at her like, in a few more games, you're gonna get pregnant and it's gonna be bad. And she's like, what? You're like, nothing. Anyways, let's continue.
But that is everything that I'm playing.
Cool.
I'll have more Red Dead updates as well as some Monster Hunter stuff next week. And then I want to start Stardew.
No, for sure. Let me know when you feel more comfortable in Stardew and we'll start a farm.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So moving on to news, something I want to bring up is what Kev, was it Kev that mentioned it? No, it was PJ Sucks 107 in our Discord. That Kind of Funny Games is showcasing something about the Yakuza franchise at their Kind of Funny Games showcase on December 8th. So everyone be prepared for December 8th. It's going to be something really interesting.
It is a Saturday.
That's correct, yes. So that's going to be kind of
cool.
And
also, like, okay, I have to ask this. How did Kind of Funny get the authority to have a secret reveal from Sega, of all people?
I don't know. Are they bigger Yakuza fans than us? I don't think so.
No, but really though, like, I don't know if they play Yakuza. Like my first thought was, I don't even know if these people play Yakuza, and if they do, then I'm just ignorant, like, ignore me. But at the same time, I was just like, really? That's weird. Kind of funny.
Personally, I actually don't follow them, which is kind of ironic since they're based in the Bay Area, specifically San Francisco. But I actually don't follow them on YouTube or any social media platform in that manner.
I don't think they play. Yeah.
But it is astounding to me that they somehow got that like deal, or they somehow got that. Somehow they have some connection to Sega. Maybe it was because of their previous, dealings with Sega and IGN or whatever. But yeah, no, I think it's really interesting that they're, of all the people, they're the one to do it. I wish it was someone else. I have nothing against Kind of Funny. It's just I don't really follow them personally, so I'm not sure how they got it. But at the same time, I'm really cool that we get to see something from the Yakuza franchise.
Yeah, I used to follow Kind of Funny Games in the beginning, and then I fell off when they had the huge fallout.
Yeah.
And if you remember that. And
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, I stopped following them. But
yeah, you just grow out of things.
Yeah. And yeah, good for them though. I mean, like, it's cool that a non video game journalism site got that announcement, so that's cool.
Aren't they video game journalism though?
It's like they're independent video game journal. Like, how I like to describe it is you have people like Kotaku and like IGN, GameSpot, and they are video game journalism because I actually think they still write articles.
Yes, definitely.
Where you have but I think like the more smaller video game journalism companies that would include like Kind of Funny and whatever, I don't think they write articles. I think they're only just video and social media.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, good for them.
Yeah. But that's the only news I had on my end. It's independent of what we're both going to talk about.
Say that one more time?
This is the only thing that I wanted to talk about, independent of the Game Awards that we were going to talk about. But was there something that you wanted to talk about before we talk about the Game Awards?
Yeah, a few things that I just want to read out.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2 Online is live. I'm going to play it this weekend just to see what's up. And yeah, just to let everyone know. So No Man's Sky, conveniently, as I bought No Man's Sky, it turns out there was another patch that fixed more things.
Wow.
So this patch is called Visions, the Visions update. So things are going on there too. So I'll probably play No Man's Sky at the end of December.
Cool.
And then, so this I think is a couple weeks old, but I didn't realize this happened, and I just wanted to talk about it or like just mention it briefly.
Yeah.
But PlayStation pulled out of E3.
Oh yeah. I remember reading that somewhere.
Yeah, which is like interesting because I feel like the point of E3 is PlayStation, Nintendo, and Microsoft.
Yeah.
As the three.
Huh. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and then if it's in also what I also find interesting is they canceled PlayStation Experience this year, but that doesn't mean that they're canceling it for 2019. So a few thought and another thing is the reason they're pulling out. They say the reason they're pulling out is because they have nothing to announce. But the thing is that PlayStation is not just gaming announcements. They're like a legit hardware console.
Right.
So just a really quick conspiracy theory. I think the reason they're pulling out is they're going to put more focus on their own event next year and try to be like a BlizzCon. Like, not try to be like a BlizzCon, but just like the idea of having your own branded convention.
Yeah, I think so too. But at the same time, bad publicity is still publicity. So I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. I'm just saying that we'll see what happens in the future if they're still going to participate in E3 in general. If they're going to have their own like huge convention and just keep doing that without E3's involvement. I don't know, it's all up in the air right now.
Yeah. And I also I find it fascinating that this is happening as E3 has opened up to the public too.
Right.
So there's a lot of things happening in parallel that I can see connected, but I guess we'll see what happens. All I know is that this is now that PlayStation's gone, Xbox and Nintendo have the entire, almost have, they have so much real estate now.
I know. They're going to be sharing it, and they're going to be, they're going to be all over E3.
Yeah, they could, go balls to the wall next year.
That means there's going to be a lot of expectations about what they're going to have.
I know. Exactly. Unless they pull out too. Hey.
We'll see.
Yep. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So moving on to the Game Awards, which is coming out on December 6th. In the evening, the nominees were announced.
Shout out to Jeff Keighley.
Yes.
That's
Shout out to Jeff Keighley. Perpetual host.
Yeah, he's doing it. He's got it on lock.
Yep.
Yeah, the Game Awards, the nominees were announced. Game of the Year. I don't want to go through everything, but I do want to talk about Game of the Year because it's
an interesting list.
And I was mentioning this to Alyssa earlier, and I think it's actually controversial. I think a lot of people would disagree with some of the games on this list.
Yeah, so we'll read it out quickly. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, and Red Dead Redemption 2 are all under the Game of the Year announcement.
Yeah, I'm really surprised about that. I'm surprised that Celeste is on there. It's a game that I own.
I actually think it's really cool that an indie game is on this.
I think so too.
Was Cuphead nominated for Game of the Year last year? It probably was. I feel like there's always always a sleeper hit that gets nominated. I feel like Cuphead may have been that one last year.
I'm looking. Cuphead was not
nominated. Yeah, I just looked that up too.
Yeah. It was not nominated for Game of the Year, which I thought was interesting. It was it won Best Art Direction last year though.
Yeah, makes sense.
And Best Independent Game. That's cool.
But yeah. Good job, Celeste.
Yeah, damn. I mean,
yeah.
That's pretty cool because Celeste is up against all these other AAA titles.
I know. Which, oh man. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how this is going to end up.
I could see all of these winning Game of the Year, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know about Assassin's Creed. I feel like, I don't know, actually.
I don't know. Okay. I haven't played Assassin's Creed. I don't
Same.
know. Don't at me, people. Don't at me. But I am surprised this is on this, but I also acknowledge that this is not like other Assassin's Creed. Like they've completely or not completely removed themselves from the original Assassin storyline, but I know it's like vastly different. So
yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but
I don't know.
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty fair. This is pretty fair game. I feel like last year, like everyone wanted Zelda to win, but this time is like, I can make a good case for almost all of these games.
Yeah. Honestly, I haven't played all of them, but I could see them winning.
Yeah. I can't. Huh?
I want to say that I think it's really cool that A Way Out is also nominated, not for Game of the
Yes,
Year,
I
but
saw
on
that.
this list. I think that's really cool because, as I mentioned in a previous podcast, my brother and I played quite a bit of A Way Out, and it was a really fun co-op game.
Yeah. That was really cool to see.
Yeah. If you want to see the rest of the nominations for the Game Awards, go to www.thegameawards.com/awards, and you could see all of this year's nominations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of things and people nominated, and come December 6th, we will see what happens.
Yes. Who do you think is gonna win this?
Oh, for Game of the Year?
Yes.
My heart says Celeste, but I do think Red Dead Redemption might do it.
I think Spider-Man's gonna come out with the Dark Horse win.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Honestly, this is purely from a lot of I think a lot of really hardcore storyline gamers are probably going to argue between Red Dead and God of War just based off this list.
Yep.
But I think overall I have heard more people enjoy Spider-Man than God of War and Red Dead.
Yeah.
In terms of pure fun.
I think so too, and that's kind of the vibe I'm getting, simply because Spider-Man as a character is more lighthearted,
more fast-paced.
Yeah, and the game seems like it's grained in nostalgia for a lot of people that played the original Spider-Man games on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
So you have that crowd, but you also have the new crowd that wants to see what this game's all about, and everyone's calling this the best Spider-Man game ever. So, and honestly, I can see why. I've yet to play it still. I'm going to pick it up hopefully soon, but...
Yeah, I really want to play that game too.
Yeah.
If that was on sale, like the actual copy was on sale, I would have gotten that over God of War.
Yeah, I feel it because I looked at the price.
God, why did I get God of War?
Yeah, I don't know. Why'd you get God of War?
It's still staring at me right now.
Yeah, put it down. Don't look at it. Don't look at it in the eyes.
It's just that Spider-Man was only bundled on Black Friday.
Yeah, I wasn't really about that, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't pick it up.
We don't need, I
already have a console. Why do I need to buy it again?
You buy it as a gift for someone, and they're like, "Where's the Spider-Man?" It didn't come with it.
Like, it's maybe someone stole it. I don't know. Wasn't me though. Wasn't me.
But yeah, I'm actually gonna go with the minority, and I'm gonna say that Spider-Man somehow pulls out a win somehow. What I will say though is what my heart would like to win is I would actually like Monster Hunter World to win.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
I think there's just something nice about I just think that it's just a solid game, and I don't think a game of the year needs to have the best storyline either. It's a great
Yeah.
it's like I love storyline games. You all know that I love that. But
Mhm.
I don't think it's not it's not the only factor is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and Monster Hunter World is more of a multiplayer story is what you make it kind of game.
Yeah, it's definitely more of it's multiplayer independent build yourself type game.
Yeah. It's like, oh, what'd you do today? Oh, I went over here and I killed this monster. It took me like 30 minutes or an hour. And
Yeah.
that's the kind of stories that you'll hear from this kind of game.
Yes.
You know, and again, yeah, like to your point, it's not really story driven, but it's more of the story that you make yourself. And I think that's really cool and unique. And like you said, like you can make a case for any of these games to be game of the year. So
yeah.
there's a lot of little tidbits and secrets in Spider-Man. There's a lot of unique experiences in Red Dead Redemption 2 that people come across. You know, there's the narrative aspect and the feeling of God of War. There's Assassin's Creed, the hardness of Celeste. Like it's just there's a lot of things, you know, and whatever comes out in the end probably deserves it, but we'll see.
So I know you vote for this, but how much does your vote count? Like, is the voting actually 100% of the final winner, or is there actually like the Academy? Is there actually like a board that counts for say a percentage of the vote?
I am not sure. I want to say that it's half and half.
I want to say sense.
I want to say that the people do have a say in this game. Otherwise, why would these games be nominated? Because it's actually the people that nominated these games to be in the categories that they are in. Mm-hmm. So if the categories are judged by what people nominate, then that would have to mean that the winners are also judged by what people vote for as well. But it makes sense. I mean, I could be wrong, but please correct me if I'm wrong, whoever's listening.
Yeah, I'm
we'll
doing
see. I don't know.
Quick search.
Wikipedia might tell you.
Okay, interesting. It's based off of, I don't know the percentage, but it's one based off of player votes, and two, it's based off of a voting jury, a worldwide voting jury, and this jury is video journalism places around the world. So for example, in the United States, Game Informer is part of the jury, IGN's part of the jury, Polygon's, but yeah, PC Gamer's part of the jury.
Wow, okay. That's kind of cool.
So this is interesting. So Waypoint, the Vice one is, so it's video journalists.
I see. So they have a say as well as the gamer people do as well.
Yeah. So I would say you're probably right. It's probably 50-50.
It makes sense. It's only fair.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess the last thing I just want to say about Game of the Year is I think it would be cool if God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2 did not win.
Right. But I could totally see them winning.
Yes, exactly. They're I can see them winning completely. But it would be cool if they didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that because I hate the games. I'm saying that because damn, this list is pretty solid.
Yeah, this list is stacked.
Yeah, so.
But I really do want Celeste to win, simply because it's the only game of its kind in this list.
Yeah, and even Cuphead wasn't nominated last year, so.
They gotta have the indie representation.
Yeah, so that's really awesome. For questions, if you want to ask us a question, go to our Discord. You can go to our website, www.Downtime.Live. The Discord link is there. And then any platform that we have, our podcast streaming platform and YouTube, you can write in a comment on just the videos. And contact at Downtime.Live is our email. And for this week, we have a comment from Hooded Dude regarding Red Dead Redemption 2, and he says, I finished RDR2. What a game. I haven't had any problems with bugs or anything. Glad you're enjoying it. So did I. Definitely recommend taking your time, Alyssa. Arthur's story is really something great. I am definitely taking my time on Red Dead. It's definitely not following my traditional route of like, I'm just trying to finish this game in like a month. This is probably gonna be like a February game for me.
Calling it right now, February.
Calling it right now, February. Don't at me. I rocked the handlebar mustache paired with 5 o'clock shadow for the whole game.
Nice.
Very nice. Looking
that prospector
awesome.
Look.
I know. Looking awesome in a 3-piece suit. If you have any questions at all or need any tips, ask me on Discord and I'll be sure to help you. Spoiler free, of course. Yes. And also, like, I don't think I've even reached... I don't think I've reached substantial storyline yet. So... I mean, everything's substantial, but it's just like I haven't reached the like turning point where you're like gung ho into the storyline yet. So
right.
Yeah.
Did you get to the island yet?
No.
Okay. I don't even play the game, and I know about some certain story beats, but that's cool.
Yeah, I don't think I'm on the island. I'm like, part of me is like, am I on the island? And Hold on, let me just see the name of this. I'm not on the island.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yes, I am not on the island.
Hooded Dude, thank you so much for your question and comment. No, it wasn't really a question. It was more of a comment.
Yes. And then on podcast questions in Discord, Tengu just made a comment. I have an update for last episode. Ubisoft decided not to censor Rainbow Six Siege. And then he just listed an article that says that they ended up not censoring it. And that I guess that means they are creating a separate China version of the game.
Yeah, wow. They did a whole 180 on this whole situation.
I'm kind of surprised they addressed it altogether. So
a lot of fans probably cried out about it.
Man, this is like the year of complaining and something's actually done about it.
I think a lot of developers have learned from other developers' mistakes.
I know.
Maybe everyone's on edge because of Telltale.
That's actually a huge factor in my opinion. No one wants to get fired right now, especially because the video, getting a job in the game industry is so delicate. And it's always, you never know when you're going to lose your job. That's actually, I think you hit it on the nail, Jeremy. Everyone's super on edge because of Telltale.
Yeah, I can see it. And, harkening back to a couple previous podcasts, I talked to two developers, not developers, they were producers in the games industry, Darren and Casey, and they were kind of explaining how they bounced around from different companies. And when you work in the games industry, it's really normal if you go from one company to another in a short period of time. So, I mean, it's not normal outside of the games industry, I'd say, at least for job wise. But yeah, tying it back to the Telltale thing, a lot of people went through Telltale, and I'm sure Telltale had a really high turnover rate because of the amount of work and the amount of people that worked on these games. But it's again, I don't want to go too much into it, but it's really sad what happened to them. And I think a lot of people took notice, and they're trying their best to keep their standards high, but at the same time retain the talent and the folks that work on these games.
Most definitely.
But yeah, go ahead.
Before we end this podcast, I forgot to say, I saw the new Fantastic Beasts movie.
Oh, me too.
Oh. What'd you think of it?
I actually didn't like it.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say you did or didn't?
I did not like it. I like the first one a lot
can
more.
we talk? Okay, Jeremy, can we talk about it, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, we're gonna stop talking about video games right now.
Yeah, just on a quick tangent. Alyssa, I have to say about that movie was all over the place. And
Okay. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Go on. Go on.
I'm glad you agree with me. Okay, everything that they did at the end of the first movie.
Can we talk about spoilers? By the way, can we just?
All right. If you're listening now, we're going to do a mini spoiler cast for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. If you have not seen the movie, you can sign off right now.
Yes.
Okay. Really, go to Downtime.Live to visit our website. Go to our Discord. Ask us questions. Anyways, that was a really fast thing. Okay, so the movie was all over the place. I did not like how they left everything at the end of the first movie and threw it in the trash at the beginning of the second movie. Jacob was obliviated, and now he's fine. Grindelwald was captured, and now he's free. Like, those are just two of the huge examples I saw from the beginning of the movie, but I was like, what the fuck? The storyline was scattered. Credence's reveal did not feel dramatic at all.
Yes.
Oh god, like the locations were cool. The magic was the coolest thing. The special effects and the magic effects were the coolest things about the movie. But
and honestly, there wasn't really that much magic in this movie.
No. Totally. The whole character arc with, like, what's her face, Lestrange girl, and her brother was weird and confusing. Everyone was like a paper thin cutout of their previous character. There wasn't a lot of depth to them. It was just, there was a lot of running around and going to places that didn't make any sense from a narrative perspective. There was this. I could go on, but I want to hear your thoughts too.
Okay, so, man, where do I even begin? Okay, so the first thing that I want to say is that I watched Grindelwald with my family for Thanksgiving, and I actually watched Fantastic Beasts for the first time 2 weeks ago because I knew we were going to watch this movie on Friday.
So what did you think of the first one?
I actually enjoyed it as it's a solid action magic movie, and
Yep.
I think that it's crazy. So, and I don't know I don't have the character names down. Who is the British character with the red head? With the red hair?
The main character. That's Newt Scamander.
Scamander. Okay, there you go, Scamander. Okay, so Fantastic Beasts 1 was just a very solid, not like it was linear, but it was just like, British magician.
It's
British
fun.
wizard. Yeah.
It's a fun, like, Harry Potter-esque movie.
He comes to the U.S. bringing a beast he wasn't supposed to bring, and then, like, now it's revealing all these beasts, and then it introduced like some plots for the upcoming movies. Very typical intro movie, and I like it was very fun. I liked it a lot, and Jacob was actually probably my favorite character.
Hey, me too, actually.
Yeah, yes, he was totally my favorite character. And then who's the girl with the hat again? Short hair hat.
Tina, Porpatina.
There you go. I liked her. It was fun. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Man, it did not feel like Scamander was even a main character in this second movie, first of all.
No.
I don't even know who the main character. I felt like Grindelwald was the main character.
Yeah, I think so too. I feel like the movie tried to make Scamander the main character, but Grindelwald felt more of the main character. But then there was also Credence, there was Nagini, there was the brother of Scamander, there was Newt Scamander, there was Porpatina. Like, they had all these different threads that were setting up for a sequel, or like several sequels. There's supposed to be 5 movies total, which amazes me because I'm like, this movie was too much. It was just, there's a lot going on that was just too much for the movie.
They went from a nice linear intro introducing all the characters to there's too many storylines happening at once, and I don't even understand what's going on anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And most of it I just don't care about. Like, I really don't care. Honestly, like, I want you to continue what you had in the beginning and not go to like some, this is World War II is going to happen. If we don't stop the humans, World War II is going to happen. Hitler's going to come. I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care. I want to see some cool magical shit. I want to see wizards fighting other wizards. I want to see like magical beasts. The series is called Fantastic Beasts. Like, I want to see more of that.
Where were the beasts in this movie, by the way?
Nowhere.
There
they had
were
the nibbler things.
Any beasts.
Yeah, they had like little nibbler jewel stealing things. They had like the little skinny like tree dude. Like they were just the rehashes from the first movie that really didn't move the plot forward.
Yeah, and I will say, one of the things that annoyed me in terms of the storyline was the reveal about Credence, and because, okay, I feel like, and you know how I feel about plot twists. For any given plot twist, I feel like there needs to have been one foreshadowed thing where you can rewatch the movie and realize, oh shit, that was the foreshadow point.
Yeah.
Where, like, I feel like they pulled this out of their ass to the point that I almost think that, like, I wonder if Grindelwald is, like, lying, because how the hell did we get, like, to Credence being a freaking Dumbledore?
Yeah, I feel like he's lying too. Because at the end of it, I literally said out loud, and he's like, "Oh, your people have the Phoenix comes to those in need." And out loud, I was like, "No, fuck this!" Like I literally said, like, "No." I was like, "What the fuck? No, fuck no!" Like, I was so mad. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like, no.
Man, that was like such a that was a horrible reveal. If that was done properly, like, that would have been an epic reveal. You know what I mean? Like, if if they did this movie right, but they didn't.
And this goes back to my first point when I said, like, this movie kind of undoes everything that was at the end of the first movie. Credence supposedly died at the end of the first movie.
Yeah!
And somehow he's alive. And that bothered me so much that he was alive, because I honestly don't like his character. I think his character is boring, paper thin, and just useless to the whole plot. And they're trying to make him the center of the plot. Like, oh, we have to find this boy. He's special somehow. Why is he special? We don't know. Only one person knows. And he might die. We don't know. I'm like, this is so stupid. I don't care about this Credence guy.
I also feel
kill
like
him
I
off.
should have. Yeah, I also feel like I should have cared more about Nangini, but I didn't either. Like almost every new character that was in this, I couldn't. It was so hard for me to care for.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Credence and Nagini. Oh, they're together. I'm like, I don't care. Can we move on, please?
Yeah. Oh, and then I feel like the only character that, like, elicited an emotion from me was Queenie, and it was literally because at the end of that movie I was like, Queenie, you're so fucking stupid.
yeah seriously.
I was like, oh my god, so dumb. She can die in the next movie.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, I like Jacob still. I think Jacob's still
I still like, I came out of here liking Jacob still.
Yeah.
Like, that was fine. I came out of here thinking, did they, like, downgrade Scamander's character? Like, I was really shocked he was, like, barely in the movie compared to a lot of the characters.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I felt like he definitely wasn't the focal point of the movie, and he was just there. Like, he just helped the plot move forward, but he wasn't the focus. And it's just like, oh, you have a brother that works in the ministry. Oh, you can, do some magical detective work. Oh, Dumbledore wants your help. That's cool. Oh, Jacob's here. Hey, Jacob.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, cool. I want to see a movie about Jacob.
Yeah. And then I'll go on your on one of your points. I can't believe this is going to be 5 movies. That's fucking sucks.
Yep.
I actually, when this movie ended, a part of me was like, I thought there were going to be 3 movies and the third movie would be the last. And then the fact that there's going to be 5, which means that means like 6 more years of this.
Yep. You thought that there were only going to be 3 movies? Actually, there are 3 more movies. It's like, why?
Oh my god, so dumb.
I honestly hope that Credence dies in the next movie, because I just don't care about his character, and I just want to see more Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, I just don't care either, and he sucks.
Yep.
This was just terrible. This was like a really bad movie storyline.
Yeah. Unfortunately, J.K. Rowling has all the writing power for this. She wrote the screenplay, and so whatever she says goes. And
she wrote the screenplay?
Yes,
I thought she wrote the book.
So the book is more of an encyclopedia than an actual novel. And the first movie is loosely based on the book, but the first movie is actually written by her. And I thought it was penned a lot better than this movie, because this movie was trying to be a lot more than it should have. Bit off more. The second movie bit off more than it could chew.
Yes, agreed.
And I'm not satisfied, but I know there's going to be a few more. I just hope to God that the next 3 movies are a lot better than this one.
Me too, because I really, really liked the first one. That was just like a fun, solid movie. And the fact it kind of turned into this was really disappointing.
Yeah, it's like trying to go with the Fast and Furious route. It's like, oh, this is a fun movie about street racing, and all these people are really cool, and they all have import cars. To let's go rob a bank in Brazil. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? What are you guys doing?
Oh my god, that's a very accurate.
Can't wait for Fantastic Beasts 3 Tokyo Drift.
Hey.
I don't know.
But
we'll see. I do hope that the next 3 movies do elaborate more on the wizarding world, because the first one was really cool to see the American Society of Wizards.
yeah, there were so
really,
many cool things introduced in the first movie.
Yep, and I'm like, they're going back to England, like or like Europe in general. I'm like, I don't want to see Europe anymore. Like, if I want to see Europe, I'll watch the first 8 Harry Potter movies, and I'll be like, all right, I'm done. But I want to see more locations. I want to see like Asia in the wizarding world. I want to see more of the Americas, because I think it's really unique, and they have an opportunity to do this, but they just don't do it for some reason.
I know. Jeez.
All right. Well, I'm done with that rant.
Same here. Let's go to sleep. I'm actually tired.
Yeah, me too. Talking about this makes me tired, and I'm crashing because of the coffee.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways. Good night, everyone. This was the 80th episode.
80. Bye-bye.
Peace.